Hey, good afternoon. Corinne has got her stuff done way quicker than I did, and she is on the fancy shooting stick again. Thank you, dear. And she's going to help me. We're just going to get this yard finished. Um, I want to show you some stuff. So you can see at this pine tree, I've got two shallow supers sitting there. There's not a thimble full of nectar in it. So from Cora's hive, full box of honey, the hive next to it had one of those supers on it. I just pulled it off. No nectar in it. Went to the next one. It had a shallow super. You see the queen excluders. I've removed them. Those bees have medium boxes full of capped honey, but have made no excess honey for us. So 1, 2, 3, fourth one still has a shallow super on it. It has honey in it, but it is completely full of bees. So we're going to let it ride like we did Cora's nail. So many bees in it that, you know, they got a little dab of honey up there. They'll either utilize it or we'll take it off at a later time and feed it back or spin it, just depending. I got a fume board on one behind the shop, fume board on the big one behind the shop. They have honey in them. I walked up here to the swarm that came out of the long box. About the time really that the nectar flow was shutting down, I added a shallow super, if for nothing else, volume control with the bees. They have a ventilated super on them. They sat in the sun. Right, high noon's the only time these bees get a shade. They're not laying out on the front. They are working, but I also want to show you what a ventilated super does on these hives. We're gonna go ahead and pull this just so you can see. I want you to look at the quantity of bees. When I open that up, I immediately think there are to be bees working that shallow super. It may even be full of honey. I've got a suspect that these bees are hanging out up here due to the fact that this ventilated super is keeping that airflow going. One thing about it, there's nothing up here that these bees don't want in this hive, that's for certain. So let's pull the inner board and the vented super at one time. And we'll just see what they've got happening down here. Yeah, now look at this. We do have bees up in here working this morning. What they're getting or what they're not getting is always the question. They may have some nectar coming. They may just be up here cooling off. You know, you have to remember this was a checkerboarded shallow. These bees are not drawing comb. I'm going to grab a populated frame that I put in that has comb on it. Let's see if they've hit any kind of nectar. And the answer is no. These bees are just merely up here due to the volume of bees.
They want to work, they just don't have anything to work
And
with.
they would really like to put me something in here, but it's not here to do. I'm going to take this off, put the inner cover back on, leave the vented super on them, let them continue to control that temperature. And we're going to remove the queen excluder as well. If your bees are super hot and inactive, a ventilated super is a great tool to keep them motivated and moving. Now this has got capped honey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably a dab in the outer frames. To me, that means they've still got storage space. With this many bees, there's no problem with them keeping it patrolled.
And she's gonna cut back on laying, and so they'll have open cells when that brood hatches that they can fill.
That's true. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make them utilize the space they've got. They appear to really like that, having that vented super, so we're just gonna leave it for them for temp control. And those bees that are just hanging out in that shallow super, they can come up and hang out up here on the balcony if they want to. I think we're at that spot here. We're waiting on fall flow.
But we did get rain last night and expecting
We
more.
were blessed with rain. Glad to have it. Need some more of it. All right. Temperature control, volume control. It's valuable. If the bees aren't utilizing the space, just take it off of them. If they're hot and you know they've got a volume, give them a ventilated super. They'll be just fine. Make them utilize what they've got in the 2 boxes below. Keep an eye on them for food stores. Till we see you again, roll that beautiful bee footage. Thanks for watching.